Yeah. I know.
Just your name, how to spell it, organization.
Andy Lawler, Lawler, San Miguel Fire and Rescue Battalion Chief.
Walk me through what we're dealing with, how many acres, how many was damaged, all that.
When I arrived upon scene, we had approximately 5 acres burning uphill towards some homes. Estimated acreage right now is around 25 acres, and we're around 5% containment. Unfortunately, we did have 1 home that we lost and 6 that were damaged, and we're still in the process of doing a damage assessment right now.
Talk to me about the conditions a little bit. Really gusty out here. What did that mean? What were the conditions like right now?
Yeah, we had some light, flashy fuels, the vegetation, and extremely high winds with extreme gusts. So that didn't help us out with trying to get ahead of the fire.
What does that mean in terms of you have those gusts, you're talking about getting ahead of it? What does it mean for the fire? Does it flare up even more? Does it press you back? What happens?
Well, it causes spotting out ahead of it. So as we try to put hose lines around or get ahead of it, it spots ahead of itself, especially when it's burning uphill. It makes it harder for us to contain the fire.
One of the big things also was, if I understand correctly, 200 homes threatened?
Yeah, approximately. We believe right now we're about 200 to 250 homes that were evacuated in this area, and we're going to be working with Red Cross on repopulation to those homes. But we did have mandatory evacuations in place.
Difficult sometimes to get people out? Was it difficult tonight to get people out?
Yeah, sometimes it is. People don't want to leave the residence and they want to protect their homes, but we highly encourage working with San Diego Sheriffs to get people out of their homes for their safety.
Now we noticed that San Diego Fire Department's Copter 3 was working tonight. The advantage of having a nighttime helicopter?
It makes a lot of difference. A lot of water that they were able to put on the ground. We had Copters 2 and Copters 3 that worked together and made a big difference.
How many drops in it? How much water?
As of right now, I do not.
So two choppers were up and dropping water.
That's correct.
So can you talk about just, I mean, at night? I mean, they typically don't like to fly at night. What are the difficulties that you run into flying at night?
Well, in this area, particularly at night, we have high tension power lines that are in the area, so they do an overhead assessment of the hazards and the high wind, so it's difficult for them to fly, but they were able to do that and they assisted greatly.
Any injuries to firefighters?
No injuries to firefighters.
And just in terms of just strategy, in terms of fighting this, and you see that the fire trucks going back and forth, are they just scouting? What's going on with it?
We're trying to put the fire into a box and make sure we have containment lines around the fire so we find roads that we can use to try to stop the fire. And sometimes we have to change them to different locations as the fire moves, and like I mentioned earlier, it spots ahead of itself, so they have to change location.
And just rewinding just a little bit, you said it was difficult to get some people out of their homes here tonight?
There was word that some people did not want to leave. We have traffic also that bottlenecked, so that makes it difficult, but we work with CHP and sheriffs to make sure we're able to open up roads and get them out.
Any injuries to people? I know no injuries to firefighters. Any injuries to people, civilians?
As of right now, I haven't heard of any injuries.
Anything we haven't asked you think you see out there?
Well, in these cases, when we do ask people to leave their homes, we want them to leave. We have an evacuation center that we send up for them to go to, and we'll work with Red Cross to make sure they get back in their homes.
Where did it start? How did it start?
It's still under investigation. It looks like it was on Willow Glen, but we don't have an exact location right now.
Was it near a home or out in the open, or does it look like it's arson? Or?
Yeah, as of right now, it's under investigation. It's undetermined.
Appreciate it, sir. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.